From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Denis Chabrol.
And I'm Kendol Morgan with the latest from across the Caribbean.
CARICOM leaders have agreed they are facing a crime pandemic which will require a collaborative response. St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip Pierre says this was part of the discussions at the recent CARICOM Symposium on Violence held in Georgetown, Guyana.
The most significant development of the meeting is that there's a pandemic of crime that in the region that we have to come together to solve. There's no one solution. There's no one thing you can do at this time to solve the pandemic in the region. We need a whole of society approach. Social programs will help. Social programs are helping to a certain extent. Rehabilitation must happen. It's a whole series of interventions that have to happen. The meeting has agreed that the crime situation in the country as a public health issue exists in all the islands in the region, and we have to get together to solve it.
Prime Minister Pierre says an important area of discussion was the impact of music on violent crime. He said heads discussed a paper on the issue, but decided that more work was required.
Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he has issued a new policy directive that would give special priority attention to incidents of multiple killings. The Prime Minister spoke to reporters following a visit yesterday to the scene of the latest multiple killings on Walton Park Road in St. Andrew, where 5 people were gunned down on Monday night.
We have to deal with this, and we will deal with this. We will not relent in degrading, eradicating, and eliminating gangs and gang members. And I want to be absolutely clear on this. I've given a policy directive that these multiple victim violent incidents must be dealt with specially.
Bahamian attorney and political activist Maria Daxon wants the government to consider introducing the use of lethal injections if the Privy Council rules against hanging for serious crimes like murder. Her comments come as debate grows in the Bahamas about capital punishment following a spate of murders, including that of a 12-year-old girl whose body was found in bushes near her home.
What I honestly believe is the Privy Council had a problem with the hanging. Bring in the lethal injection. Bring that in. We need to enforce our laws. The Privy Council, they're on the other side of the world.
Thank you.
They don't understand our pain.
Thank you.
They don't understand that the women in our country are being raped, abused, cut up, chopped up. Children are being raped and abused. They don't understand that. They don't have that.
The Suriname Guyana Chamber of Commerce is proposing the takeover of the management and operations of the ferry service between the two countries. With the ferry service offering only 2 trips per day, many people use small, unsafe speedboats to cross the illegal backtrack route across the Quarantine River. Chairman of the Chamber, Vishnu Dioga, says a feasibility study will be presented to both the Suriname and Guyana governments. He says the Chamber believes the ferry can offer many more trips per day to boost tourism and other businesses, as well as right-size the job markets of both countries.
We're now in the middle, almost closing off our feasibility study. And so far, the initial findings are saying that this ferry could be running 5 to 10 times per day, one way, right? So based on the volume that is existing, because many people are leaving the cities at midnight, sleeping in their cars from 4 a.m. and still missing the boat. It would be in better hands, in my own opinion, for a private sector entity, the Suriname Guyana Chamber or a group of companies to manage the facility.
Grenada's opposition leader Dr. Keith Mitchell disagrees with the declaration of October 19 as a national holiday to commemorate the killing of then Prime Minister Maurice Bishop and 15 others in 1983. They were killed at Fort Rupert as a result of deep disagreements in Bishop's socialist New Jewel movement that eventually led to the invasion of Grenada by the U.S. with support from friendly Caribbean governments. Dr. Mitchell says there is no need for a holiday called National Heroes Day to mark the October 19, 1983 killings.
It does not have to be a holiday to be accepted. You don't have to name a holiday to treat a particular day. In fact, you could call it a day of reflection and ask for people to have specific events on that particular day, not necessarily going on holiday.
This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp on +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.